The rain had no rhythm. It didn't fall, it pressed down, soaking the forest in a constant, suffocating whisper. Tall pine trees rose like black pillars into the night sky, their tops vanishing into low-hanging clouds. There were no stars, no moon, only darkness. Ethan Carter ran. His boots slipped in the mud as branches tore into his arms and face. His lungs burned with every breath, but stopping felt worse than pain because behind him, something was breathing. Not fast, not loud, patient. Ethan risked a glance over his shoulder. Nothing, just endless trees. Then a voice whispered from somewhere inside the rain. "Ethan." He froze. That voice was not carried by the wind. It was carried by memory. 1 week earlier, Ethan arrived in northern Oregon, chasing a story no one wanted to tell. The forest didn't have an official name. Locals referred to it as the Old Woods, or more often, nothing at all. When Ethan mentioned it in a roadside gas station, the cashier's expression changed instantly. "You don't hike there," the man said. Ethan smiled. "Why not?" The cashier leaned closer. His voice dropped. "People don't get lost there. They get invited." Ethan laughed. That was mistake number 1, the first night. Ethan set up camp just before the tree line. The air inside the forest felt wrong, warmer than it should have been, thick enough to taste. That night, he woke up at 3:11 a.m. The fire was out. He was sure it had been burning strong before he slept. The forest felt closer, not physically, but aware. Then came the whisper, not from outside, from inside his head. "You shouldn't have come alone." Ethan grabbed his flashlight and swung it toward the trees. The beam flickered. For less than a second, something tall stood between the trunks, far taller than any man. Its shape bent unnaturally, like a shadow pulling itself upright. Then the light died. Silence swallowed everything. Ethan didn't sleep again. Deeper in. The next morning, Ethan entered the forest. His compass began spinning wildly within minutes. Trails twisted back on themselves. Sounds echoed late, distorted, as if the forest decided when he was allowed to hear them. 2 hours in, he noticed footprints. Bare feet. Too long. Too many toes. They circled him. Ethan called out, "Hello?" The forest answered, in his own voice. "Hello?" His stomach dropped. The names. Near sunset, Ethan found the carvings. Names etched into tree bark, hundreds of them. Some old and cracked, some freshly cut, sap still dripping like blood. He stepped back when he saw one name carved deeper than the rest. Ethan Carter. Fresh. Impossible. The tree shuddered, the bark stretched, and a face pushed outward. A human face. Mouth frozen open in a silent scream. His face. Ethan stumbled backward, gasping. The forest wasn't showing him something. It was remembering him. What the forest feeds on. That night, the whispers returned. They grew louder, overlapping, stacking in his ears. Memories flooded his mind, ones he had buried deep. The lake, the storm, his younger brother slipping beneath the surface. Ethan standing frozen on the shore, running. "You left him," the forest whispered. "I tried," Ethan screamed. The rain began pouring harder. Roots shifted beneath the ground. "You ran," the forest corrected gently. The chase. Now, Ethan ran through the forest under pounding rain. Branches snapped behind him. Whatever followed did not rush. It followed like it knew he couldn't escape. Sometimes it sounded like footsteps, sometimes like something crawling. Once, it sounded like his brother. "Why didn't you come back?" Ethan tripped. The ground erupted. Roots burst upward, wrapping around his legs, his arms, his throat. Trees leaned inward. The forest breathed. "Stay," it whispered. Ethan screamed until his voice broke. And then, nothing. Epilogue. Weeks later, search teams found Ethan's camera nailed to a tree at the forest's edge. The final frame showed a single carving. Ethan. When audio engineers enhanced the final recording, beneath the rain and static, they heard it. Soft breathing and a whisper. "I'm not alone anymore." Final warning. Locals say the forest grows every year, not from rain, but from regret. And if you ever walk there at night and hear someone whisper your name, do not answer.